I think this team has allowed me to progress so much in my career, not only just because these players are incredible and push me every day to be better, but the staff makes me think, they make me learn, they make me try things new. So I think this year has just been monumental, not only for me, but the team. And you can... But yeah, I think just the team in general, I think when you're on this team, it's hard not to look good.
Stay in the room. Thad, go ahead.
Yes. That's her next job after she retires in about 10 more years.
Yes, long time.
Yeah. This team was so good last year, but what has been the difference this year that it's just been that much better, setting all these records?
Yeah, I think we have a lot more chemistry. We were able to build on top of last year. There's a lot of new things last year, and this year we got to have that head start at the beginning and build from there. But our defensive effort from top to bottom, I think we tightened up a lot of those gaps, and we're just really thankful for our forwards putting in that work up top to make our defensive jobs easier. But I think that's the biggest difference. We've kept a lot more goals out of the net this year.
Can the team not hype itself up, but ramp it up more intensity for the playoffs? The team's been so good.
Sure, this week we've definitely gotten back to some of the basics and gone over some of the things we did in preseason again, and some of that is really nitty and gritty. Got after it with each other, and it's been really competitive this week, so I think we brought it up a notch.
We'll go to the Zoom. Daniel Sperry has his hand up. Daniel, go ahead and ask your questions.
Hey there. We've heard a lot this year and last year about keeping it kind of one game at a time and kind of focusing on that. What are some ways that this team does that and maybe, so to speak, kind of tunes out the noise that might be around your general success in keeping that focus on the week to week?
Yeah, I think this game makes it really easy to focus on one because we truly don't have anything after this unless we win this game. So focusing on this game, scoring goals, keeping them out of our net. But this week has really been focused on the details and how our shape and how we're going to figure out a way to break them down. But I think being in playoffs and now that it's you win, you're in, makes it really easy to kind of just focus on the one game ahead of you.
And I just, you see the no news kind of thing, your guys' campaign. I'm just curious for you all, when you talk about this next game up mentality, how much are you internally taking that of like, you truly aren't focusing on anything ahead, and what are some of the ways that you guys do that?
Super happy about winning a Shield and the success we've had, but like it kind of says, we're not done yet. We want to hoist another trophy and we want to have the double this year. And I think that's something that kind of is inside of us and it inspires us, but it's not our focus right now. We have a lot of steps along the way to get there every day at training and then the games. But I think having that we're not done yet mentality has also allowed us to really focus on whatever game is in front of us, we're going to win, and we're going to focus on that one.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. We'll come back in the room. Kathleen, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, everybody's talked a lot about, obviously the defense and how much your forwards are playing defense. How do you guys kind of approach that as a group? Are the defenders kind of leading any of those conversations, or is this just kind of, a recurring theme in drills?
Yeah, I think it's a huge mentality theme. Our culture here, and there's no time off. Our time off is at halftime, and that's barely time off. I wouldn't even consider it. And then end of the game. When the game's over, that's when you can rest. So I think that just kind of is what we're thriving on, is everyone's ready to go. You're going to get 110% effort, and that's kind of what our whole defense is about, is we're gonna put it on when we're in our trigger areas and when you get into our shape.
Excellent. Okay, we'll go back to the Zoom with Tom Pursley. Tom, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Izzy. Congratulations on the award for this month. You talked about this being a lot of one match at a time. With the opponent that you just played, or that you're going to play, having just played them 3 match days ago, what sort of things can you take from that match into this upcoming playoff match?
Sorry, that was a little blurry, but was that just because we just played Gotham? Is
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what I thought. But I think it's going to be a bit of a chess match because we get to look at the game that we just played them, maybe tweak a couple things, see what went well, and go from there. But you never know, they could throw something out at us, and I think we've had to adapt a lot this year. So it's going to be, we have a plan in place, but I think the biggest thing will be when there's things in the games that change, how are we going to adapt and take advantage of that?
Awesome. Thank you,
Thank you
Tom.
very much.
Yep, we'll stay on the Zoom. Matt Foster with KSHB has a question. Matt, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Izzy, real quick, going into the playoffs this year as the top seed, as opposed to, chasing the top seed, how does that approach kind of change? Is there a change in the pressure you guys feel at all?
I think we're going to show up every game no matter what seed we're going to be, but I do think a huge advantage of being that one seed is being able to be at home, hopefully for these next two games. Our crowd is a huge aspect of why we have so much success here at home, so I think being in front of these fans and having the loud stadium is something that's really going to help boost us, so that one seed is really important in that way.